such a weird recording. Hey, if you're watching, we're together. If you're listening, we're also together. Like
we're back
in the same spot. So it's pretty wild and crazy. Just like our lives recently.
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot. But someday you'll find out.
Find out what?
The secret we hold.
Secret to the universe.
So yeah, we're I'm Champ Champenstein. This is the comic book bone zone
9,
10 or 11, 10 and 11 probably, because we should call this 10.5 because we're smashing a couple weeks together here.
Oh, that's right. That's why I'm still on.
Yeah,
9.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So 10, 11. I'm Champ Champenstein.
I'm Heather Hadfield.
And this is the Talk Comics to Me business.
The Mega Bone Zone. Here we go.
10 boners up.
Okay. I'm going to go. Okay. I have this book. No, we don't have the...
Oh, yeah.
It's been so long.
I have it upstairs.
It's fine. It's fine. I have this book. It's a Source Point Press book called Earthdivers.
Yeah, that sounds close.
Yeah,
that's how
I'll hold it up there
is.
so you can see it. Ether. I just thought ether because
that's what I thought too.
Earthdivers. Anyway, this is written by Anais Abdulhaq and art by Dennis Minhir, I believe. From what I understand, it is a book about a girl who dies and she's making her way through purgatory. The art in this, I absolutely love the colors and stuff, the way that it looks. It's just very, very pretty. And I am going to go back and read it again because I don't feel like I fully absorbed what I was supposed to the first time. I keep giving like purple. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, see, it's just a very, very pretty book. So, I am going to go back and read it again because, I don't feel like I appreciated it the first time I read through it. So, it's just a one-shot. No commitments, just read.
No commitments, just read. Okay. On that, I have, this is Pee Pee Poo Poo number 69. This is by Carolyn Cash. And this is just kind of a take on like R. Crumb and 1960s like underground comics. It looks great. It's all in, I guess, black and grays and whites. But looks great. I thought it was pretty funny. I really enjoyed myself. It was slightly strange to have like Chris look at me and be like, what is that you have in your hands?
It's pee pee poo poo.
Yeah, and it's pee pee poo poo, and it's a lot of fun. I had a great time. I'm glad I picked it up. It is a Silver Sprocket book and it is $10, but there is a limit of 2,000 prints, so that's pretty neat. But it's a pretty funny book. I would suggest it. Pee pee poo poo.
Number 69.
Number 69. And then next I have The Forged. This is issue number 1. This is by Greg Rucka. Sorry, I did not look at the Eric Trotman and Mike Henderson. This is pretty deep sci-fi stuff. Some sexy ladies, some sexy buff ladies.
Hell yeah.
Looks really great. I just was not in the mood for like sci-fi, this sort of sci-fi. So I didn't super enjoy it, but I feel like if you like that sort of things, it would be worth it.
Is it a thick book?
It's a really thick book.
Okay.
There was a lot to the story. So I don't know, I've just had a lot going on with school and reading. So I just kind of wanted, my mind wasn't ready for that. And I think if I were in a different headspace, it'd be more fun, but...
Is it a series or is it just a one shot?
No, it's definitely a series.
Oh, okay.
There'll be more than one.
Okay. I know you said number 1. I just couldn't I didn't know.
Yeah, no, and I'm not sure how many issues it will be, but
Okay.
yeah. Like, yeah. It says it's a adventure sci-fi space opera on the back. So if that's what you're looking for, definitely go for it. It looks nice. Like I said, lots of sexy ladies in there. Next I have Pop's Chocolate Shop of Horrors. This is just a one-shot from Archie Horror. It's strange because I don't normally get these, and you get some of these.
Yeah, I haven't been getting the one shot, so for some reason, even though I really like the Archie Horrors.
Yeah, I just was really enamored with like this cover and the main cover. They're both really good.
Oh yeah, it's like a little shop of horrors.
Yeah. So this is just a story about Pop and a couple kids who try to dine and dash, and he keeps them there, and like they hear creepy stories about like Pop's Diner, and
I just made the connection with the name and what I just said too.
Yeah.
I'm a bit slow, but it looks nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just little like three or four little stories in there. Nothing to it.
Okay.
Fun little read. Okay. So next we have The Neighbors. This is issue number 1. This is by Jude Ellison Doyle, Lizita Canisi,
Caronici,
and Alessandro Santoro. This is like a changeling horror story.
Yes. I do have to say, like I was telling you, like how it starts, I thought it was going to be like way different. I loved like the border and stuff like
yeah.
And of course, I really like this artist too, so that's part of why I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a try. But it's about a family who moves into a new home in like a small town, I guess. I don't know if it's a small town or if it's just like out.
Yeah.
But they end up having strange neighbors.
Yeah. Not much to it. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't really drawn in by this first issue. Like, the end was, like, intense, I suppose, but I don't know. I suppose if you keep getting it, I'll probably, like, read your copy before I put it in your pull file.
Mm-hmm. I think I did end up adding it, so you might as well just do that. Because I am curious about it. Like, I do want to know, like, where the story's going to go. Because I solved it right away when that little girl steps and breaks the circle.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was like, okay, so it's fairies. Cool. But, yeah, we'll see.
It said changelings.
Well, I mean, changelings are dropped off by fairies.
But you don't have to go that far. Let the people figure it out themselves. Next we have Nottingham. This is Tales from Nottingham. Sorry, this is issue number 2. These are just like a series of one-shots. This one's by Anna Everett and Gabriel Serra. And Josh Jensen does the colors, and Justin Birch does the letters. You got information on this?
Yes,
so I saw you pulling it up.
Yeah,
so.
I've been taking notes every issue so that I don't like forget what happens, because it is, I guess, historically told, so it's easy to let things like slide through the cracks.
Yeah.
But
Give it to us.
In 1192, Prince John's England, hunting on the Crown's land is a crime. So the Sheriff of Nottingham is commanded to investigate a grisly murder, and he gets wrapped up in a dangerous game. But it's like pretty much, it seems like it's going to be leading into the 3rd story arc of Nottingham.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, I like the twist of the story, and like when the guy escaped, that was pretty intense.
And I mean, it's like with all of the issues of this so far, and even like the main series, like the art is really cool. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, the way the characters are drawn is like really gross.
I felt like there was like, I read that first issue of Nottingham, or the first or second, and the like jail scene seemed fairly parallel to those like first couple issues. Mm-hmm. So that was like interesting.
Yeah, it's just, I really like these stories, and I'm really happy with it.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, God. Okay. I have this book called Dead Romans. This is issue number 1. This is Fred Kennedy and Nick Marinkovich. I'm going to be 100% completely honest. I'm going to bare my soul here, let you guys know how I really feel. I have no idea what's going on in this book. I love the art for it, but I think that's what made it so confusing. Like, it looks really, really, really cool. I'm very into it. So this is what I'm understanding, and I think I'm completely wrong on it. There is a Roman army, and they are traveling. A man within the Roman army has a slave, essentially. I don't know what she is. That's what she seems like. But he's, in love with her, and, they like to sleep together and stuff, and he gives her his sword and is like, I want you to be safe. Like, he knows something's going to happen. And then all of a sudden the German army comes through and slaughters everyone.
Okay.
But then there's a man, like I was telling you, the man looks exactly like the man.
Yeah.
They look exactly alike, and he's looking for the woman.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's just very strange. It's just a journey of this man killing Romans and stuff and trying to find his woman who has his sword.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay,
I wanted so badly to like it, but I don't understand it. Like, again, the art is really cool. The idea for the story would be cool if it was more clear, like, what is actually happening. But I think it just gets lost within everything.
Yeah.
And I might even be completely wrong on that. Maybe it is the same guy. Maybe, like, something happened and they just got separated. I don't know. Because it wasn't clear. We'll see. I unfortunately added that to my poll, so...
I mean, you could always just take it off.
I could. I am going to get the second issue to see if it is any more clear.
Okay.
But then I am. If it's not, I'm done. I can't do it. It's too much for me.
Okay. All right, so then I have Art Brute. This is issue number 4. This is the last issue. Or is it? But yeah, mystery gets solved. I don't know. It's a fun little Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo book, and just like weird art stuff, like funny art puns. A bad guy that is Andy Warhol, and the baddest guy that is.
Oh my God!
Just something else. So yeah, it's silly little book. It was fun. Weird, like just how their shit is always weird, strange, weird, but I think worth a read. And then I have All Against All. This is issue number 4. This is by Alex Packendale and then Casper Wingard and then Hassan Atsumane Eluha. Sorry, I just fucked that one up. And this is a weird sci-fi story about a human who was bred by these like squid-like beings after they took over the Earth, and now he's like out for revenge.
I love that art.
Yeah, the art is great. The story is like really interesting, and I've liked like the way it's gone. But there's also just like a lot going on. Pretty hard to explain, and just like I said, just a weird, fun little sci-fi story, like kind of like Tarzan mixed with sci-fi.
Okay.
If Tarzan was in a sci-fi world,
is he not? I thought he always was. Okay.
All right. So next we have Harrower. This is issue number 2. This is by Justin Jordan and Bram Revel. This is just a fucking slasher.
About a town's urban legend come to life.
Yeah, and just like these teens dealing with it or dying,
It reminds me a lot of like Freddy versus Jason, like how in that movie everyone gets killed.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not just like a one at a time type deal. It's like if there's a bunch of people in a group, like dead.
Yeah. Well, what else is gonna happen?
Yeah.
I liked the scene where with the head in the basement, like, or the top half of the body in the basement, and then, when it gets thrown up. The colors in this book are like phenomenal, like the pinks and blue hues, like the different colors that are used all throughout the book.
The page, this one with like all the blood.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Or like this like page with the pinks when it's out in the fire. Yeah, it looks great. I'm having a lot of fun with it because it's just like it is like a really fun slasher. Like,
yeah, it really, really is. It's very enjoyable. It's issue number 2.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be 5.
Yeah, that sounds right.
5 or 6, but of course, we don't research this beforehand,
so
we never remember.
Yeah, and I just like, even then, it's just like it only needs to be like 5 or 6.
Yeah, no, that's it.
I mean, you could definitely make like a part 2, like anything like this.
Yeah, but I feel
like a prequel. To see.
Like when he came the first time. Yeah, that would be sick, but it's not necessary.
Yeah.
It would just be fun.
Give us more.
Yeah.
We're on issue 2, but
give us more.
So then next we have Blue Book. This is issue number 2. This is the continuation of the story of Benny.
It wasn't that funny, but it made me laugh.
I don't know why I said that. I was trying to say Betty.
Well, I mean, Benny is Benny and Barney, so it works.
I just was putting all of their names, like their last name in there too. Betty and Barney Hill and their experience with an
FBI.
A UFO. And I suppose like some sort of FBI.
It's the CIA. They're the ones who are doing it. Anyway. And the creation of the Blue Book.
Yeah. And then the back half is, I don't know, a story about little green kids.
Yeah, the Green Children. It's an old English folktale, which it was one of my favorites when I was little, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when I was thinking about it, it made me laugh, because the things that I remember from my childhood always make me laugh.
Yeah.
I found this story in a book that I had when I was younger that was about like the Green Man, and like it just had stories, like folk tales and stuff of things that were like green.
Okay.
It was like a kid's book.
Yeah.
So I remember reading this story when I was little, and the outfits that were described in there were, exactly like the ones that they were wearing here.
Yeah.
But the reason I liked them so much is because the kids reminded me of the Jolly Green Giant that's on the can of like...
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. And I thought that was so funny. So every time my mom would make like green beans or whatever, and I would like see the can with the man on it, I would think of this story. So anyway, that was it. It's the story of the Green Children. It was fun.
Yeah, it's a fun little book. I feel like it would probably be better picked up in altogether, not like in a trade, but like don't skip out issue to issue, because I thought it was going to be a more issue to issue type book that you could get, but like, I mean, the back half of the stories don't necessarily need any other context.
And I do think it's interesting the stories that they are deciding to like put in there, because the first one was like a cryptid, which I thought went really well. Like it worked with what this series is about. But then this one wasn't necessarily a cryptid, it was just like a folktale, which was still cool, but I was not expecting that.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay. This is Nightwalkers. This is issue number 3. I am going to say I'm going to drop this.
Is there one more issue?
Damn it. There might be. I do really, really enjoy the art for this book. I think it looks really cool. I still hate the main character.
Okay.
It's basically vampires.
Yes.
That are, in this small town, that are hunting this group of people who escaped from rehab. But for some reason, the main character is, of course, the one that's like, I know exactly what to do in these types of situations. Even though she's never been in this type of situation before. She's never fired a gun before, but she's all of a sudden, like, really good at it.
Did she say she's never fired
Yes.
a gun? Oh, okay.
Yes. But I don't know. It's just... The art is really cool. I like the way that the monsters look. They do this really cool, like, mimicking thing where it seems like they're, like, talking at first, but they're really just, like, repeating things that people had said while they were, like, being killed.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, which I thought was, like, really... That's eerie. Yeah. That, like, creeps me out. It reminds me of the bear monster thing from Annihilation.
Yeah.
So, I thought that aspect of it was, like, really cool and creepy, but the characters are not my bag, baby. Not into them.
Yeah. It's 2 Austin Powers down.
Yes.
So then next I have Grimm. This is issue number 9. I'm going to finish up this story arc and probably just take this off. But this has just been introducing Jess's mom and then kind of trying to get the group back together and figure out what's going on and learning a little bit more about some of the characters. Not like a bad book by any means. I just am ready for it to... It just doesn't feel like it's like the story arc is really just kind of treading water. Mm-hmm. So and then next I have Black Cloak. This is issue number 3. This just continues the mystery of the death of Phaedra. I think that's her name. It sounds right.
The art is just so cool.
Yeah, of the death of her friend and like the prince of fairies,
her former betrothed.
Yeah, just really little fun mystery. I like the dynamics between the main character and her like partner. And yeah, the art is really great. Like the art and colors are really, really fun to look at. Just good looking book. It's by Kelly Thompson and Meredith McLaren. Becca Carey does the letters, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Detective mystery fantasy story.
A fantasy Columbo.
A fantasy Columbo, yes. That's what we'll call it from now on. Alright. So now we have Kaya. This is issue number 6. This is kind of a little in-between issue for you to pick up if you haven't been reading before. And this kind of tells the story of Kaya's arm.
Yeah, how she got this magical arm. And it also gives you a good introduction to, like, her mom and uncle. Who, her uncle is the one who, like, trained her, essentially.
Yeah, kind of.
Was more of a parent to her than her mama was.
For sure.
I really liked him. I thought he was a good character.
Yeah.
He sacrificed a lot just to help her.
Yeah, and it just, like, the colors in this issue were really great. Like, just the difference because of it being told in the past was really cool.
Yeah, I love when books do that, when you can tell it's like a flashback. And it just looks so cool. Because it does have, like, the present and stuff, which is color.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize that, like, I knew it when I was reading it, but I wasn't, like, paying attention to, like, the colors and stuff.
Yeah, the use of colors to, like, just travel back and forth through time was really great. And then there's, like, a little backup story, like, real random backup story by Al Goffa. I really like the art there.
Yeah, it looks so good.
The story was really fun. It's like a little Kaya beaten up stuff story.
It's their own little adventure.
It's like not necessarily beating anything up, but kind of.
And I think we mentioned this the last time that this came out. This particular issue is not going to be included in the trade at all. You can only get it as a single issue. So if you read this, make sure you pick it up.
Yeah, if you want that for
sure. Yeah, if it's something you're interested in. Anyway.
Then next we have Earthdivers, Kill Columbus. This is issue number 6. I'll let Heather take this over.
Yeah, this is the end of this first story arc here. Everything kind of comes full circle. You discover, like, what... I can never remember their names, and I'm so sorry. The guy who went back in time to kill Columbus has been having a hell of a time. but he finally kind of succeeds in his quest.
Yeah.
While the people he left in the future were doing their own kind of investigations, and they're discovering like what exactly happened because of the event that took place. I love this story. It's so good.
Yeah, I do love the idea of, like, even though you try to change something, it's, like, it's always kind of going to backfire.
Yeah, especially because, I mean, I think the reason I liked that in this is because, like, it took him so long to do it, so technically it still happened.
Yeah.
While he did succeed with what he was supposed to do, it didn't happen soon enough, so it didn't prevent anything from, like, not happening.
True.
So... it was good, yeah. This, again, the last issue of this story arc, and I'm not sure when it's coming back. Did it say?
I don't know if it did say. I just know that it is coming back.
Yeah. For some reason, maybe it was another... yeah, October 2023. Okay, I was like, I swear one of them said it when it was, but... so it will be back later this year.
I think, it's about when it started, too, so...
Mm-hmm. And then I have Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. This is issue number 10.
Hell yeah, baby.
Hell yeah. And this one, Kerr and Death Dealer and the Wizard rescue the baby that Death Dealer killed on accident.
Yeah.
So they finally rescue the baby, but then they discover that, like, him killing the baby was actually supposed to happen, and it was, like, a setup from his mom.
Oh, wow.
It was a twist. It was a twist I wasn't actually expecting.
Yeah.
But there's more that goes with it and stuff. There's a lot of, like, naked ladies and stuff in here. Love that page.
That page looks great.
Yeah, the art is still, like, really cool. I really, really enjoyed this story. So, I guess we'll see what happens when it comes back. Because I believe this was the last issue of this story arc as well.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're going to be doing the, like they did Between, where they had, like, 2 extra issues and stuff.
Nice little one-shots.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so then I have Danger Street. This is issue number 4. This just continues the story of Lady Cop trying to figure out who killed one of the kids in this gang. The gang trying to get the guy, and then this whole other group of people who are kind of controlling, like, media and, like, the dynamics between certain people. I don't know, there's a lot going on here.
I love that cover.
Cover's great.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Cover is fantastic.
Wait, hold on. Pull that back up again. Go back that way. Turn it a little that way. There you go.
Sick.
There you go. Okay.
Anyway, art's really good in this book. Like I said last time, I think it's just, like, there's a lot of characters I don't really know. Mm-hmm. So it's just, like, a lot for me to, like, try to, like, keep up on.
Tom King has a lot of books coming out soon.
I know.
Like, I was talking to Wendy about it when I was in there the other day, because we were trying to remember Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
There's something else.
Yeah, there was another one that I had seen, because I was looking it up, because Wonder Woman is the one I was thinking of, but I, like, couldn't think of what it was.
God damn it. And I know that, like, I know there was one more, because I remember, like, thinking about it. I mean, yeah, it's interesting, and I did put myself on those books, too.
I think I'm going to do Wonder Woman, for sure. I feel like, because Historia is the only one that I've really read, and I want to read more Wonder Woman, but I just...
Yeah, I think I might have just special ordered that one. Mm-hmm. But I know I ordered Batman Brave and the Bold, just because that sounded like it was going to be fun in general.
Yeah, I added that too. I got super excited, because I was like, Dan Mora in his writing debut? You know I'm going to support our boy Mora. I'm going to do it.
And then him and Mark Waid are going to be doing that Shazam book, which will be great. But yeah, god damn, I want to remember what that other Tom King book is. I thought if we talked about it for a minute,
look it up real quick.
I'd be able to expel it from my brain.
See, and that's what happened to me when I was trying to think of Wonder Woman, and I know that there is another one, but I can't think of what it is either.
And it might be just like... It might be just be thinking about like Danger Street or something.
No, because it was... I don't know.
That's gonna be so hard to find. I don't know the best way to go about that.
We probably have to look up like DC Connect.
Oh, and part of me is like, what if I just went to Previews World and went to the most recent catalog? Because I feel like that new catalog is out. I forgot.
Mm-hmm. I went through it yesterday. There's only like 4 books in there that I was interested in.
God, that sucks. I have to log into Pullbox. Why is this such
We'll do it.
We'll figure it out someday.
Yeah. And we'll let you know.
Maybe. Okay, so then I guess we'll just move on to our next book then. This is Batman, Superman, World's Finest. This is issue number 13.
This is really chugging along.
I was say, I can't believe it's already been 13 issues.
I wasn't expecting that.
Dan Mora's back on the art.
Mm-hmm. Looks great.
And this is a story about Metamorpho. Mm-hmm. And like a little mystery around Metamorpho's life. Jimmy Olsen looks fucking great. Looks
where's
so
that
good.
page? That one page with him. This one.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks so good.
Here, I'll just show it to everybody. Yep. Yeah, Dan Mora's art in this book is just like phenomenal. I love like the way the characters look. It really reminds me of like, I don't know, watching a cartoon.
This panel, it's so good. Yeah. I'm so glad. It wasn't that I disliked the other artist that was like on it or whoever else worked on it, but like Dan Mora,
it's who we want.
We love him.
Yeah, it's just can't say enough good things about Dan Mora or that book because it's just like a lot of fun.
Yeah. There hasn't been one issue, even that one like filler where they're just on their date. Mm-hmm. That was still fun. Mm-hmm. Like that, it didn't have anything to do with like the stories. It was fun.
Yeah. All right. So then next we have Batman, One Bad Day, Ra's al Ghul. This is by Tom Taylor and Ivan Reis and Danny Mickey. This is just and Brad Anderson, you're on here too. You do the colors, and Wes Abbott does the letters.
It looks great. I
would say the book looks like phenomenal. Like I love the way everybody's faces look. Ra's al Ghul looks like very fucking cool.
Yeah, his eyebrows looks evil as hell.
But yeah, he just decides to kill a bunch of heads of corporations who are polluting the earth and killing people, and he decides to murder Batman so that he can, make sure that he doesn't interfere with that.
Fair.
and that's what that book is about. Mm-hmm. And I guess he does have a bad day at the very end. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a too terrible of a day.
No, honestly. Not compared to like anyone else that they've been going through up until that.
It's just like my bad day is I killed Batman and was able to murder a bunch of people and then eventually had to like kill myself because, spoilers, I'm spoiling the whole thing. I gotta kill myself, quotation marks, so that Batman will leave me alone.
I mean, that's a pretty bad day when you have to take your own life.
True. But like, when at that, like, he just gets resurrected again, and he gets a puppy when he gets resurrected.
Look, there are sacrifices we all have to make. He knew what he was doing.
Here's your puppy, dude.
Here's your happy ending.
Bad day, he put his dog down and decides to murder a bunch of people. Anyway, that's Batman One Bad Day.
Yeah, can't say that I blame him. All right, this is another Frank Frazetta book. This is Dawn Attack, issue number 3. This one is only going to be 5 issues, so cool. He also has like 4 other books that are going to be coming out soon.
I think I did see that.
Because there's a Mothman one, Tales of Science Fiction. Okay, so there's 2. Those are the only 2 I remember.
Okay, for some reason I thought there was another one.
I feel like there is, but I just can't remember what it's called. But of course I'm getting them all because I love these books. But the Tales of Science Fiction is going to be like...
Of course I'm getting them all.
Look, I'm a sucker.
Of course.
Okay, so this issue, Dawn makes it to the planet where she was getting the signal from her father, and she ends up running into her father, which is this naked, confused man right here. She discovers that the reason he never came back is because he felt like he had let them down because he wasn't able to get like any allies to help them.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, he just decided to stay there.
Okay.
Join the people there, you know?
Why not?
It's smart. But then in the middle of the night, their camp gets ambushed. And they're fighting. I just need you guys, if you're looking, that's her armor.
It's helpful.
That's what she's fighting in. Less than what she wears normally. Which was confusing. Whatever. Who am I? I've never fought a battle before. I don't know.
Less clothes makes you more agile.
There's that creepy picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun story because there's also like, while she's on this planet, she has her boyfriend, her long-term boyfriend, who used to be
her long-term boyfriend.
They've been together since they were like children. But he used to be a prince. But when everything like happened and like their kingdom fell apart or whatever, he gave up everything and was like, I'm gonna just protect her the whole time. So him and his sister, who is like super smart and is the one who fixed the ship so that Dawn can get away, they're also trying to find a way to get to her to like help her. So I think I prefer their story because she's naughty. She's a rotten little girl and she does whatever she wants and she doesn't care. She's like, let me test out these new tools. It's fun. That's all I care about in that book.
Gotcha. So then I have Punisher. This is issue number 10. We're just going. He's almost filled all the way up with the god. Even though I feel like in Daredevil he was already filled up with the god. That's why he could ride the dragon. But what do I know? Good flashbacks with Maria. Like I really like those ones, like these flashbacks the most with her, because it kind of like.
Is that the art for the flashbacks?
Yeah,
that's cool. I like that.
It was like the Azteca art is really good for the flashbacks, and she's just kind of realizing that she was like, well, maybe I kind of do love the fact that he's like would beat somebody to death.
It's hot.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's just like this fucking page where this guy gets his face smashed in and like how he's cutting through
Okay, from that panel it looked like he just bit all that off. I was pretty confused.
Like headbutted him in the face.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, just some wild shit, and at the end Frank is like, I'm gonna be done killing people. I'm gonna go back to my wife. My wife. I'm done killing. I'm going back to my wife.
I hope he does tell the Avengers that. Like, that's how he says it. No, I'm done killing. Don't worry about me.
Well, at the end, then Captain America is like, no, you're not going back home to your wife.
No, I'm just imagining him saying that, and I'm in love.
Anyway, that's Punisher. That was one I rambled about. Weird little story.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't hate it. It's like I don't really like super like it, but I at least I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. The art is really cool.
The art's really cool. Like it's a little like I said, the backstory with Maria stuff, like that stuff has been like really interesting. But yeah, other than that, it's just kind of like, you're just a God stuff.
Just God stuff.
Weird God stuff. Then next we have Immoral X-Men. This is issue number 2, part 6 of Sins of Sinister, and neither one of us have read this.
Mm-hmm.
I went to open it the other day, and I was still sick, and I was like, this is too much for me right now.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting on the Sins of Sinister so that I can read that, and then I'll be able to read the rest of what's going on.
I can see a nipple.
Love it.
Look, right there.
Why was that necessary to draw?
I don't know, but I didn't tell. That's why I said I see a nipple.
Quite strange.
It's like, can I see another one?
Just examining every page.
How close to the page do I have to look? And then next we have House of Slaughter. This is issue number 13. Heather didn't get a chance to read this.
Apparently. Just discovered this a little bit ago. I did not read this. You can talk about it, though.
I was just going to say that Jace is still looking after Sunny, or trying to find Sunny. Sunny has gotten to the House of Butcher, and they're kind of, like, bringing him into the folds. And, yeah. That's about it. You kind of learn about, like, who the Ravens belong to as well.
Okay.
Which, when I was in New Orleans, there were a lot of ravens. Did not realize that there were a lot of ravens down there. I was like, oh, that's a big crow.
Yeah, it's the raven capital of the USA.
I was like, that's not a crow.
Oh, goodness.
All right, so then next we have Nature's Labyrinth. This is issue number 4.
Mm-hmm.
This book is really fun.
Yeah, I really enjoy this, like how violent it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. It reminds me a little bit of that movie, I'm sure we've talked about it, The Hunt.
Oh, the one with where it's like, is that the Republican one?
Yeah,
okay.
Which that was a lot of fun. And having Dennis Reynolds as a Republican, like, who is paying to have these, is like one of the most like character accurate things I've ever seen, even though it has nothing to do with It's Always Sunny. It, like, when I saw him, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Who else is in that movie? Who's like the main lady?
Ugh, Hilary Swank.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember. But yeah, just people trying to survive a maze and each other. And
killing whoever gets to the end wins, and then you also discover like what kind of is going on. I loved it. I was very confused for a minute, and then it made sense.
Yeah, dynamics are really good. Mm-hmm. Art's really great. Are you ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay, we've been blowing through these.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Little Monsters. This is issue number 11. Everybody's finding out what's happening.
Mm-hmm. You get who's the character? What's this guy's name again? Lucas. You get Lucas's like little backstory, which just really bummed me out. I none of them are like happy backstories necessarily, but like anything that has to do with the Berlin Wall just always like I don't like it. But yeah, it's coming to an end.
It feels like it. I mean, all the threads right now are like connecting with all of the vampire kids finding out that like the elders are actually gone, and that Remy has been like lying to them, and that and then like the human girl finding her other human with the Billy character. I think that's
so sad. I don't like it.
So it's like everybody's kind of coming to like their final place. I feel like at least like another story arc.
Yeah. Especially, because they're using the kid as bait. And once the naughty vampires discover that the human is missing, they're going to be doing their own hunting and stuff. There's something about this book that I like so much. I don't know, like that made me really sad for her. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the art's really great. The story's, like, it's interesting. I think it can be a little, like, slow at parts, but I think it doesn't take away that, like, how good the story itself is.
And I do think it took a while for it to get to this point where I'm, like, truly interested in it. Because I did like it from the beginning, but there was something just, like, not quite there for a majority of it. And now, like, I feel like it's this particular story arc where everything like made sense and is like coming together, and then you get to know each of the kids' characters and stuff, and it's just I really enjoy a little vampire story.
All right, then last we have Behold Behemoth. This is issue number 4. This is by Tate Brumble and Nick Robles. This wraps up the next issue.
I believe so. Yeah, because you get all of I don't know what that symbol means. Is that to be continued or to be concluded?
And it's a symbol for sure. I feel like there was one more issue. This is giving you just like more pieces of like the backstory and how Gray came into knowing that he's like the, what's it called, the
Watcher or whatever.
Yeah, the Watcher for this particular behemoth. Kind of learning like just how this affects him and like the consequences of that. And then you also see him kind of like break from all of the pressure of everything.
Yeah, and the realization that there's really nothing he can do to like protect her.
Yeah.
Because of the behemoth and stuff. Yeah, I like the where everything's going now. I forget what the word is called, so just I have a weird brain. Nothing is working.
Yeah, it's a good little story. I am interested to see like how. I feel like has to have another story arc again.
Because it would be weird to like end it with just one issue left. Like I feel like they could do it, but it would just feel like too rushed.
Yeah, same.
Especially with like how the story has been evolving in the last couple issues. Like we've been getting a little bit more at a time, but in this one we finally get it all.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I think it's worth a read. I mean, Nick Robles' art's really good, if nothing else. Great to look at.
Beautiful.
But yeah, that was our last book. I don't really have anything. I'm still kind of recovering from sickness, so
yeah, I don't really have anything.
So take care of yourself. Be good. We should be back to like some regular recording now because it's back from vacation, and I think that was it.
But yeah, my sleep schedule is finally like back on track.
We've got you. We'll record on a normal basis now. But we appreciate you listening. So go support your local comic book stores and shops, and go buy some comics. Maybe some of the ones we talked about if you would like. Go to your local library and check out some graphic novels and stuff, or books, whatever you would like. Take care of your friends. Love each other, support each other. We appreciate you supporting us. Are there any last minute words?
Yeah, don't forget to like write to your senators and all that kind of stuff, and fight against like everything that's like happening in the world, and more particularly in Nebraska, because it's bullshit. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe you should like figure it out, because if I start talking about it, I'm going to get very upset.
Yes, I do agree. Just check out like what sort of laws are being passed and make sure you are aware, and if you can, make your voice heard. So yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you on the flippity flip.